Well, hello everyone. This is your girl Latanya Washington calling. I said calling, ring, ring, ring. Your customer journey strategist, as well as the owner of The Customer Culture LLC, as well as college instructor instructing social media marketing and brand building media design. And so today I am here because as we are gearing up for the holidays, we're talking about Black Friday, we're talking about the Christmas season, we're talking about New Year's that is coming up. I wanted to talk to small business owners, entrepreneurs, as well as you business professionals who are looking to even sell something on the side. Many times we call you all the hustlers, but the truth be told, everyone is out here in these streets trying to get their product or their services sold to their particular audience. And so, with that, I wanted to jump in because many times, and what I am hearing more and more is that people want sales for the holidays. However, this is what they're lacking. They're lacking putting together a plan and putting together a marketing strategy. And so, what begins to happen is many times small business owners, entrepreneurs, business professionals, we begin to quote unquote post reactively opposed to posting strategically. And so, with that, I want to share some things with you all that we must begin to do for the holiday season. Right now, I am looking at October 5th, 2025. And though Black Friday is coming up the day after Thanksgiving, which I believe is November 25th or 26th, right now is the time that we have to begin to do the work in order for us to promote, in order for us to sell, and in order for us to become more visible, bring awareness to who we are and what we have to offer to our particular audience. All right. And so with that, I wanted to share with you a few things that you want to begin to do. And I had to put my notes here because even in the process of talking to you all, I want to share some things that I do as well. All right. So, first and foremost, you all, I am only talking to you all right now that you already have an inkling or you already know what it is that you are going to sell, what you're putting out into the marketplace, what you're looking to promote, all those great things. Well, first things first, I want you all to begin to categorize what it is or what your product or your service falls within. All right. When it comes to me, my product, my service falls within the business and the educational area. Why is that? Because many times when I begin to look back at what it is that's is in my shop, on my social media, not only on my platform, but also on my websites and what it is that I do. When we talk about LatanyaWashington.com and I go through my shop, I begin to see what I have. What do I have? I have product that entails workshops. I have online programs. I have worksheets. I have workbooks. I have replays. All these things are there. So where do I fall? I fall under the business educational category because that is what I have available for small business owners, entrepreneurs, and business professionals who are looking to utilize social media to market whatever it is that they have to produce, whatever it is that they're looking to put out into the marketplace. So I know my category. Now I go through and I look at my products that I have available. You all see where I'm going here. Now, when I go through and I look at all my products, you all, I begin to say, this is what I want to focus in on this year in order to be my main thing that I want to sell for the season. Now, that means that I have already had things in place. So all I need to do now is I just need to go and pick the things that I want to provide to my audience. Many of the things are already connected, all right? But that does not mean that everything that's in my shop, I want to connect to my main focus that I want to put out into the marketplace. So right now, I'm debating on if I want to really promote my Create and Launch marketing program or if I want to promote my VIP coaching sessions. I'm vacillating between the two, you all. But as you will begin to see, if you are following me on social media, you're already beginning to see a pattern in which I am going in focused in on the holidays. All right. Make sure you're following me on my social media platforms from Instagram. I'm beginning to utilize TikTok a little bit more. I'm starting to see an increase because even with that, you all, I want you all to understand that the platforms will categorize you. So that means I need to be focused more in on utilizing SEO to my benefit. So if I'm focused in on social media marketing, or if I'm focused in on something in particular, I need to begin to say those keywords, not only in my voice in which I'm speaking it, I also need to put SEO on an image. I need to make sure I'm saying it in the text copy as well, because I need it to categorize me. On top of that, I need to start looking more at people that may be content creators or they're in social media marketing. I need to start focusing in on that as well because it plays a vital role as well in it categorizing you, and it's saying, oh, they like to look at this. Oh, this is where they are. You can find a lot of that information as well, you all, even when it comes to evaluating what the platform, especially on TikTok, may have already categorized you, and Creator Insights. It kind of tells you what you have a tendency to look at, and it's going to help you along the way. All right. So I want you all to begin to look at that. So another thing I want you all to begin to do, especially as we're coming into the holiday season and you're looking to launch your product or service, once again, go back and look at your category. So let me go here. So when we're looking at the categories, like I said, mine falls within the business education system. Why? Because I have workshops. Why? Because I have workbooks. Why? I have worksheets. I have replays of prior things. On top of that, I am a social media marketing college professor and brand builder. So I'm just not sitting back here teaching a class and regurgitating on the things that I have learned and things that I have read. No, I am constantly and I am consistently updating myself. Why? Because not only am I bringing students along the way, but I'm going to tell you what, I love this stuff. I love it. I love it. I love it. And so here we are. So another thing, you all, I want you to evaluate what category am I in? It could be in the wellness and beauty category. What does that include? It might include skincare, hair care. It could be maybe you're a beautician. Maybe you're in the fitness industry and maybe you sell supplements or maybe holistic. Where do you fall? Now that could be in the wellness and the beauty line, like. Now, the next category is the lifestyle and the experience. Who would fall there? Those would be people that might be in the tourism or the travel industry. Maybe it's some type of form of membership where people want to get together to travel. So that can fall in there. Once again, it's a lifestyle. It is my lifestyle. I enjoy doing certain things. That direction. And then the next one we can begin to look at as the food and beverage. It could be someone that's in the culinary industry. It could be that you love to cook. And maybe you created I know someone, they just came out with a whiskey. And so that would fall within the food and beverage industry. Once again, that's the category. So now what becomes the product? So the product, what did I just say? If I'm in the food and beverage, it could be a wine. Food and beverage. Maybe I came out with a new energy drink. So that's what it falls under. So now, as we begin to launch, you guys, I have to sit back and I have to evaluate the category, the product, because remember, the offer The offer, what it is that you're offering to your audience, is something that's going to transform their lives. It could be something that they really, really desire. You have to begin to know who you're talking to, who is the audience that I'm speaking to. And then, of course, when we understand the offer, that is the language in which I speak, whether I am hitting a pain point, something that they desire, something to that effect. I have to know how to speak the language of my audience. And this is why I always say you need to understand who your audience is. Who am I speaking to? And there are many places in which I can go to understand who they are. I can go on TikTok and look at creator insights. I can go to TikTok and evaluate. I can type in the SEO, the URL, and type in certain keywords, and it's going to show me, it's going to start pulling up people that talk about this. I can look at them and I can see the hashtags they're using. It's so many things. I can go to Answer the Public. It's going to tell me what people are searching for, what are their pain points. I can go to any social media platform, you all, and I can begin to evaluate. And you want to begin to do that because that is going to definitely help you in understanding how to speak the language of your particular audience. Otherwise, you're going to miss them. Now, I want you all to begin to see, the more and more we talk about social media marketing, this is what it requires. It requires you to do the research. It requires you to understand what people are looking for. It requires you to do all these things because you don't want to just post something as a reaction. You have to be strategic and you have to begin to start in time so you know this is working, this is not working. Maybe this point right now, I don't have enough followers, so I might need to step out and begin to grow my followers. I know for me, even before I begin to really, really start showcasing what it is that I'm going to put out into the market, I'm already doing certain things, you all. Another thing that I do when I'm looking to grow my platform, what I do is I connect with communities. I connect with a particular community. I'm looking for women who are in business who are looking to promote their product or their service. So it would be crazy of me not to connect with people in communities that I can begin to follow. I can begin to comment. I can begin to share. Now, remember this, it has to be authentic. I just cannot go into a community trying to sell me. No, 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 no. Because they have things in there that I need as well. And so what can begin to happen with that, we can begin to collaborate together. We can do follow for follow. And remember, when we talk about follow to follow, this is how I'm doing part of my growth strategy, you all. I have a certain number that I want to reach on a daily basis and on a weekly basis. And so that means I have to do the work. That means I have to go into my community or into their community, and I have to begin to connect with the women that are in there. And guess what? It is all of us are working together because we understand that this is what we need to do in order to grow our platform. So it's twofold. It's helping me grow my numbers, my number of followers, and I'm also talking to my right audience. Women who are business owners and they're utilizing the social media platforms to grow their platform to promote their product and their service. Now, here's the key. If I'm focused in on the Customer Culture LLC, I'm not going to be on Instagram. I'm not going to be on TikTok. Where am I going? I'm going to LinkedIn because I need to connect with directors. I need to connect with HR. I need to DM people that are within positions because the customer culture is more focused in on companies that have employees that are looking for professional development training. You all see where I'm going here. You need to know who your audience is and where you're going in order to connect to them. All right. So now let's keep moving here. And so I want you all to understand this is the time now where you have to evaluate, what am I looking to put out in the market for the holiday season? Do I have enough followers that are really, really following me that want what it is that I have to offer? Because even in that, you all, you have to sit back and say, I have these followers on social media, which is great. So they should be going into what we call an opt-in page or a lead magnet, which means I need to give them something to get. So as we are sharing information, how do I begin to build my email database? All right. Because remember, my goal on social media is to be what? Social. But ultimately, I need to get you off the platform so I can put you where? In my email database. Why? Because I need to be able to nurture this relationship. So now I can utilize social media to connect with people that I don't know, even the people that I do know, to stay updated. But I also need to make sure that I am collecting, did I say that correctly? I'm collecting emails. I'm giving them something. We call that a lead magnet. We use what we call an opt-in page, but I'm giving them a downloadable. I'm sending them to a video. I can do a whole lot of things. Now, I want you all to begin to understand when it comes to promotion and when it comes to sales, you have to have started doing stuff a while back. You need to make sure that you have things in place, which is another reason why I developed the Get It Done sessions. Because many times we sit back and we say, I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do this. And then next thing you know, we're scrolling on social media or we find something else to do, and we do not take out the time to sit still, be made accountable to get this work done. Now, I've created the Get It Done sessions because you're going to sit in a room with me via Zoom, and whatever it is that you said that you need to get done this week, you're going to sit right there and get it done. On top of that, you're going to get my opinion or you're going to get my suggestions. It's going to be either me or a marketing instructor. And I do that on Monday evenings and I do that on Thursday evenings. Now, I kept it cheap. So don't come to me later asking me I need some help. I'm going to say get into the session. You all, I take out time to learn what it is that I learn, and it is unfair to me to be asked a bunch of questions and you're not willing to pay for it. Okay. And so with that, I wanted to share that information. So now let me tell you another thing that I do. So now in this time frame, I need to look at, and I said, okay, I need to grow my followers because at the ultimately I need to get you off the platform so I can nurture you in my email. So I'm looking at different avenues, you all. I'm looking at my followers on social media that I can promote my product or my service to. I'm looking at my email database that I can begin to do my email marketing to, and it should be consistently growing. I can now as well, I can go into communities and share information that way as well. And so you want to look at the different avenues in which you're able to connect. I was somewhere the other day and someone said, many times we say, I don't have the time, but yes, you do. If you were to really, really sit down and evaluate how much time you put in scrolling all day long, how much time you spend on the phone all day long, how much time you spend watching TV or doing something else, you will sit back and you will say, look at all that time I wasted. So we might as well say, no, I do have time. I just need to prioritize what it is that I'm doing to make sure that if I say I'm in business or I'm looking to promote this, I'm looking to promote me, I need to really, really do the work and I need to get busy in the process of doing it all. All right. And so I wanted to share that thing with you. And so even you all, as I begin, because I'll use myself as a guinea pig, when I go back and I look at my shop, I literally went through my shop and I began to look at what it is that I have to offer. Not only what it is that I have to offer, but I also put a price tag to it. So now I'm going through everything now, evaluating what it is that I have to offer. And I don't just say a workshop. No, I'm writing down exactly what that workshop is, what it curtails and all those things. Why do I need to do that? Because not only do I want to make a decision on what my main product is going to be for sale, you all, what I also need to do is I need to make sure that I have a lead magnet that coincides with what it is that I'm offering, or if I don't have the lead magnet, I need to create it. And that lead magnet needs to bring value. I'm not sitting back here all day long utilizing AI to create a lead magnet. I am literally, now it's nothing wrong with AI because we all have used it. Everyone's doing it now. I'm looking at jobs that are like require people to utilize AI. The problem is, you all, you still need to make sure that you are speaking the language of your audience. And you will never know unless you're spending time with your audience. And many times you have to put your own self in here. What is it that I know I'm struggling with? And so you have to utilize that language. So AI can give you a great language, but you still have to put you in it and evaluate, is this the language that I need to be speaking to my audience? So don't just throw it in there, evaluate and fix it and speak to your audience, okay? And so you want to be able to make sure that you're doing it because you want to be able, you all, to tap into the emotions, tap into the heartstrings, tap into all those things of your audience. And I wanted to make sure that I shared that information with you. So as you are building and you're evaluating what it is that you want to put out into the marketplace, you all, you have to begin doing those steps. And that means you're going to have to sit still, take out the time. And I'm going to tell you right now, it is not always easy because sometimes I sit there and I look at my book. I'm like, oh God, I got to go step by step and I got to do this. But you have to do it. If you are looking to promote something, if you're trying to get your sales up, you have to start. So now is the time. Like I said, today is October 5th. So whenever you watch this video, you start counting down. All right. So now I'm looking at this time and I have set myself up to, I've given myself enough time in order to go from this step, whether I'm trying to grow my followers and get them over to my email database, whatever it is. What has happened is I've taken out my time to do so. I'm also creating more and more content in a specific way. All right. I'm creating more content in a specific way that is providing tips, it's providing resources. I'm making sure when I do my CTA or my call to action that I have something available for people. All right. So I need to make sure that I have all of those things in order. I need to make sure that there are no errors on my website. So when people click, they can go directly there. Or remember, I don't just send people to my website, you all. I utilize Linktree. So when I utilize Linktree on my social media platforms, all I can do is say, go to my bio or go to my profile and click the link that says Sales Funnel Replay. All that people got to do is go straight there. Here's the key. If that week my focus is going to be on the sales funnel, what am I going to do? I'm going to put my sales funnel link at the top because I'm trying to make sure that people do not have to scroll all day long to get to where they want to get to, because people, uh, our attention span is not that long. All right. But what I've done is I put the sales funnel replay at the top so they can go straight there. But what does the Linktree also share with you? It has all my other things that are there, from freebies to everything. It's there. It's there. So if people want anything else, it is right there, opposed to going to my website, you all, which if I'm telling them to go straight to my website, all I'm saying is go to my website for what? And we already know when people go to a website, websites, depending on how many pictures and how much information and how many pages, because most of the least amount of pages that many websites has, what, 3, 5 pages? People have pages. I mean, their websites on pages, which means it takes what? It takes longer for people to load, for it to load. People ain't got that much time. All right. So they will keep on moving, as they say, scrolling, scrolling, scrolling. All right. But I wanted to start there with you guys because I want you all to begin to look at what category does my product or service fall in? And what is the product or the products or the services that I want to put out into the marketplace? What do I now need to focus in on? Do I need more followers? Do I need to develop a community? Do I need to develop an email database? Am I utilizing, whether I'm utilizing ConvertKit, I use ConvertKit, or MailChimp, or Constant Contact, or whoever it is that I want to do. But I want you all to begin to see all the work that has to go into play. Do I have a lead magnet to give people something in order for me to get their emails, their names, so they can opt into my database, or to that, so I can nurture this audience? So now I have social media, I have my mail email database, I have community. I have to look at the different areas in which I can consistently begin to connect. And I'm sorry, but at the end of the day, unless you really, really have built a major, major community, you're going to have to run ads if you're looking to launch your product or your service for the holiday season. Now, you don't have to at all, because if your revenue, you say, oh, I just want to make $1,000 for the holiday season, with that, you probably don't even have to do that. You don't have to, run an ad. You should be able to connect to people that are already following you on social media. However, let me say however one more time. However, if you notice that people on your social media platform never click or go leave you a DM or something like that, and they are not clicking to purchase a product, you got the wrong audience, or the language is wrong. So that means these are not it. They're not it. On top of that, maybe it could be that they're not seeing your information. All right. So that means many of you all, you have to post and you have to share more times in the day. You just can't post one time a week or one time a day. That means you may have to up it to 3 to 4 times a day, depending on your platform. All right. We can't just tag people. And then there's things that you want to begin to do, because as I teach my students, not only do we want to focus in on the algorithm, but we're also focusing in on our audience. And that is a way in which we can begin to do that as well. All right. But that's all I'm going to leave with you on today. For more information, I want you all to follow me on my YouTube channel. It is Miss LaTanya Washington. On top of that, as I said previously, we do have our Get It Done sessions that happen on Mondays and they happen on Thursdays. It is sessions that it's only a 2-hour session, and it keeps you accountable to get done what you need to get done for the holiday season. Do not come calling me saying I need help. I'm going to say, click the link and go into the Get It Done sessions, where you'll see me in there, or another marketing instructor, or I'm going to tell you to set up a one-on-one 4-hour session with me, or a one-on-one VIP session that's going to be 2 days. I'm going to do that. I'm going to send you my calendar, and you can also do a 30-minute assessment. All right. That is in my calendar. It's under Calendly. And so you will then be sent that link. You're going to set up a day and a time that you want to get in with me. It is only 30 minutes. And then, but before you get there, there is a checklist, because I'm looking for information. So we're not wasting time. We're not wasting time. All right. And so with that, I wanted to share. Make sure you are following me on my other platforms as well, because I'm forever, remember, I'm about business and education. So I'm always dropping nuggets there. All right. It's your girl, LaTanya, and I'm looking forward to staying connected with you. For you all that I'm not connected to, I'm looking forward to getting to know you better and better, so we can all get the job done. All right. That's it for the day, you guys. I am looking forward to great things coming out through you. All right. Talk to you soon.